Hello everyone, today I'm going over the top 5 Dead by Daylight perks. I don't want to make this too long, so I'm just going to go straight into it. Ruin, 5th best perk in the game. This is including both killer and survivor perks, by the way. And I'll tell you why Ruin is the 5th best perk in the game. You see, what Ruin does is when a survivor stops repairing a generator, the generator automatically regresses. Now you might think, well, can't the survivor just stay on it? Yes, so that is why you are supposed to allow the survivors to do all 4 gens, and then just stick to like 3 gens. Just keep them in a 3 gen situation. That is how you optimally use this perk. It will never fail you. You know, totem spawns are pretty good in this game, so you know you're never gonna have it like, you know, get cleansed in like the beginning of the match or anything, because you see, you know, survivors aren't gonna be really looking for it anyway. Totems are always typically pretty far away from gens. Obviously, Ruin has been changed pretty recently, but it's still, I'd say it's even better. The old Ruin, you know, all it did was like mess up skill checks, and you know, everyone knows that like everyone's great at hitting great skill checks, so you know, old Ruin wasn't all that good. Literally any survivor could hit a great skill check. But this new Ruin, there's like absolutely no counterplay to it. It's just so strong. I'm really glad that they changed it. Now moving on to the next perk. Alright, so moving on to number 4. The 4th best perk in the game is Autodidact. I shouldn't have to explain this for too long. I think most people are in agreement that Autodidact is easily one of the best perks in the game. You know, you might have to like spend, I don't know, like roughly half the game trying to get like 2 stacks, but it's alright. It's pretty worth it once you get those 2 stacks, even if it does take you like, I don't know, 4 gens or something to actually get the stacks. But when you do get the stacks, you see, you know, skill checks tend to be very common while you're running Autodidact. It doesn't say that, but you know, you'll always get skill checks when you're using Autodidact. It's not like you're just gonna get like no skill checks or anything. And you know, the percentage increase is very good. Sure, the first 2 skill checks are going to actively hinder your teammates, but you know, don't worry about that. It's fine. Alright, now on number 3 here. The 3rd best perk in Dead by Daylight is Fire Up. This shouldn't be controversial at all. You see, for every generator completed, you gain a whopping 4% stackable buff that you know, gives you a speed bonus in picking up, dropping, pilot breaking, gen breaking, and vaulting for the remainder of the trial. You see, what really makes this perk good is that now that Ruin has been buffed, you know, the gens get done really quickly, which is fine, obviously. But you know, you're gonna get these stacks really easily, which is why I put this above Autodidact. It's way easier to get stacks, because you know, gens get done pretty quick. So you know, once you get this perk rolling, you know, there's no stopping you. You literally become a god, breaking pilots at like 20% speed. I mean, come on, like it just doesn't get any better than that. You need no other perks. I don't even think I need to say anymore. All right. Well, now on to number 2. The 2nd best perk is Diversion. You see, this perk, I mean, it only, you know, it might seem bad at first glance to like a new player, because you know, you need to wait 45 seconds sitting in the killer's terror radius, and you know, that might be discouraging to some people for obvious reasons. But you see, once you get the perk Diversion, it's amazing. As the name implies, you know, it works as a diversion. Say you can throw it to get the killer's attention, and this will work pretty much 100% of the time. It will never fail you. You know, this also can be used to intimidate the killer.
I'm throwing this peb ladder.
Bitch.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer every night.
Because, you know, no killer really expects for you to throw a rock in their face, so some killers, they will just run into the corner and cry and, you know, run to Twitter and complain about how Diversion needs to get nerfed. But don't mind that. Hopefully they won't nerf Diversion. But yeah, like the Diversion, it consists of scratch marks and, you know, a loud noise notification. The scratch marks, very well known. They, you know, it always fools the killer 100% of the time. It's not like they'll just ignore it or anything. No, you know, most killers are just gonna run to any old noise, even if they're mid-chase, obviously. So that's why Diversion is the second best perk in Dead by Daylight. Alright guys, the number one spot, last but definitely not least, goes to SelfCare. You see, this was a really hard choice. You know, it was between this and a lot of perks. I put some of the honorable mentions here, you know, just in case you wanted to know what I was what was the competition SelfCare was up against. But the reason I put SelfCare as number one, you know, why wouldn't you run it? You heal at a speed that you could do, like, I don't know, half a gen in. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's like 32 seconds, I think, and doing a generator is 80 seconds. Very, very, very good perk. You see, it's like, and you know, like, why do a gen when you could be healing? Obviously, no one wants to be injured, right? Even if a teammate's getting chased, you can never be too safe. You can never be too safe. Always run to the closest corner of the map. SelfCare, killer won't know what hit them, I swear. You say self, I say care. SelfCare, SelfCare. You say corner, I say 32 seconds. Corner, 32 seconds. Corner, 32 seconds. Fuck you. Fellow teammate on the hook dying, don't worry about it. Just SelfCare, bro. I'm telling you, that SelfCare will be worth it. Your teammate may or may not die on the hook, and you know, they might get one hooked or whatever. Who gives a shit? You gotta be full health at all times, no matter what, under any circumstances. And I didn't even get to the you know, the increased efficiency of healing items. You know, it's like this perk buffs medkits too. Like, what were they thinking when they made this perk? This perk is fantastic. I honestly think it might need a nerf. I think, well, I don't know. I think 20% might be too much. Maybe they could reduce it to, like, I don't know, 19.99999%. That's just an idea that's been going around in my head. I think the healing speed is fine though. The you know, healing speed. And you know, getting healed by a teammate takes 60 seconds, but you know, they you know, well, why don't they just self-care? You know, everyone should just run self-care, honestly. I mean, you know, it's just simple math. You could be healing, and they could heal, and you know, you could be away from like the killer and stuff. Anyway guys, that has been my top 5 Dead by Daylight perks. I hope this was helpful to some people. If you want to succeed in Dead by Daylight, I recommend you run the 5 perks that I've recommended and you know, credited as the top 5 best perks in Dead by Daylight. Please like and subscribe if you would want more Dead by Daylight tips. And yeah, oh yeah, and guys, this was just my opinion. Please don't, you know, like, I know that there are other good perks. Obviously, you know, you got Vigil. You know, you have perks like, oh, I don't know, yeah, Lightweight. You got, you know, you got perks like Wake Up. You got perks like Vigil, obviously, guys. But, you know, it's hard to, you know, bring it down to a top 5 list. I tried. But anyway, if you want more, like and subscribe. And thank you for watching.